In a dimly lit bar, the air thick with stale beer and desperation, the captain sits alone, a half-empty whiskey glass before him. His face, usually composed, is etched etched with profound worry, a stark contrast to his usual demeanor. He checks his watch impatiently, the ticking of time amplifying his growing anxiety in the silent bar. Each passing moment deepens the lines on his face, revealing a profound internal struggle. The oppressive silence of the bar only amplifies his inner turmoil, a palpable sense of dread hanging heavy. Bender, a rugged man, strides into the grimy bar, his presence immediately dominating the dimly lit space. His gaze, sharp and calculating, sweeps across the sparse room, searching for a specific target. His eyes lock onto the captain, a predatory stillness in his movements as he advances. The captain looks up, a flash of relief warring with deep-seated irritation in his weary eyes. Bender's imposing figure fills the void, the air crackling with unspoken tension between the two men. Bender strides through the bar, a haze of stale beer and desperation clinging to the air. Towards the captain's table, the captain gestures to an empty chair, a silent invitation to the tense encounter. Bender sits, a deceptive calm in his posture, his eyes like a predator's, sharp and calculating. The captain leans in, his voice a low, urgent murmur, revealing the chilling problem to Bender. Bender's face remains a mask of unreadable stone as the captain speaks of a child's accusation. A subtle clench of Bender's jaw, a tiny tremor, betrays the coiled tension beneath his calm facade. In a grimy, beer-soaked bar, Bender leans back, a smirk playing on his lips, completely unfazed by the accusations. His eyes, cold and calculating, betray no hint of remorse as he speaks, a chilling calm in his voice. He gestures casually with a grimy hand, recounting horrors as if they were mundane chores. No witnesses out in the Everglades. A chilling confession escapes his lips. Forgot Nancy's head and a hand. Small oversights. In the grimy bar, the captain, a man etched with weariness, pulls a crumpled paper from his pocket, his gaze heavy with unspoken burdens. He extends the paper to Bender, whose eyes, sharp and calculating, pierce through the dim light. The captain's voice, a low rumble of troubled conviction, underscores the child's unwavering belief, a detail that clearly haunts him. He emphasizes the child's unwavering belief, a detail that clearly weighs heavily on him. Bender takes the paper, his eyes scanning the information, his expression a mask of intense focus. This is Sarah Adler's information, the child's mother. And son of a bitch, that kid is convinced. Bender's eyes, sharp and searching, scan the printed words, seizing on statement and old man with chilling recognition. The captain's voice drips with casual cruelty, painting a horrifying picture of a pedophile consumed by internal combustion. A convenient scapegoat, a loose end brutally tied up, the system's depravity laid bare for Bender to witness. The chilling willingness to frame an innocent hangs heavy, a suffocating pall over the grimy bar. In the dim, dirty bar, Bender grips the paper, his brow furrowed with unspoken questions for the captain. The captain's face is a mask of grim resolve, his eyes distant, lost in a troubling thought. Bender's voice cuts through the silence. What now, Captain? What's our next move? With quick, decisive movements, the captain turns, his words chilling. I don't like killing children, Bender. His voice drops to a grave whisper. We investigate, and if we must, we make it look like an accident. The captain exits swiftly, leaving Bender alone with the heavy weight of their grim new reality. Bender sits alone, the half-empty whiskey glass a silent witness to his unraveling thoughts. The captain's abrupt departure leaves a bitter taste, fueling a growing paranoia in Bender's mind. He clutches Sarah Adler's information, his eyes scanning for clues, a gnawing suspicion taking root. The Chicago address stands out, a stark detail amidst the conspicuous absence of car plate numbers. Bender's trust in his partner erodes with each passing moment, the whiskey doing little to soothe his unease. In the grimy depths of a dirty bar, Bender's hand emerges, clutching a burner phone, a symbol of his shadowy existence. He punches in the number from a crumpled paper, the phone's anonymity, a silent promise of clandestine operations. The call rings, a hollow, unanswered echo in the smoky air, each ring amplifying the tension. No voicemail, just a dead end, a digital void swallowing his desperate attempt to connect. A flicker of frustration crosses Bender's face, a stark revelation of his mounting suspicions. His eyes narrow, confirming his worst fears. This isn't just a missed call, it's a meticulously planned setup. His fingers punch in a number with practiced urgency, every movement charged with a silent, desperate plea. He holds the phone to his ear, his voice dropping to an authoritative whisper, demanding a trace. He barks out the request for a phone number trace, the word urgent hanging heavy in the air. The call ends abruptly, and Bender's gaze snaps to the bar's entrance, a predator scanning its domain. A nervous tick dances under his left eye, a telltale tremor betraying the raw tension coiling within him. Bender answers curtly, his face a mask of irritation as he listens intently. A chilling revelation. The number belongs to an untraceable burner, its battery removed. Bender's eyes narrow, a cold dread seeping into his bones as paranoia takes hold. The stink of a setup becomes unbearable, a sinister cloud engulfing his thoughts. He envisions the captain, a traitorous phantom, conspiring with the FBI, a stark betrayal. The captain's palpable concern clashes with the outlandish story, fueling Bender's growing unease. His mind races, trying to reconcile the impossible details with the captain's strange reaction. The grimy bar seems to close in around him, the air thick with unspoken doubts and looming threats. In the grimy bar, Bender slumps over a sticky table, a palpable weight of decision etched on his face. He pulls out a burner phone, its anonymity a stark contrast to the gravity of his impending call. Each ring echoes through the bar, amplifying the tension as Bender dials his FBI contact, Jerry. A silent plea hangs in the air, a costly move made with implicit trust in Jerry's discretion. In the grimy bar, Jerry answers a call, his voice a gruff rumble, clearly disturbed by the intrusion. The unseen caller, identifying himself only as John, demands Sarah Adler's Chicago address. A tense silence hangs in the air, the urgency of John's request palpable. His words cut through the bar's din, stressing the immediate need for the information. The demand for a quick turnaround leaves Jerry looking unsettled and wary. In a dimly lit bar, Bender's voice, a low rumble, makes a crucial request to Jerry, his tone laced with urgency. In the soft glow of a single lamp, shadows dance on the walls as Sarah Adler paces, her anxiety palpable. Her father, a figure of comforting demeanor, watches her from an armchair, his gaze steady and concerned. Sarah's voice is sharp with worry. "I'm telling you, Dad, Simon's claims are serious. This isn't just some misunderstanding." Her father responds gently. "I understand your concern, sweetheart, but let's not jump to conclusions. But what if there's real danger? What if he's right?" Sarah insists, her fear echoing in the quiet room. Sarah rises from the sofa, her movements hushed, a silent farewell to the fading light of day. She leans down, a tender kiss placed on her father's forehead, a quiet moment of connection. The stillness of the Adler house is not peaceful, but a tense prelude to an unfolding drama. Morning light pierces the Adler house, yet Sarah's eyes remain heavy, betraying a night of sleepless torment. Her voice, a whisper from within, echoes her desperate plea. "I need things to quiet down." The hope for a single day of peace hangs in the air, a fragile wish against the morning's soft glow, just for today. In the cozy Adler house, sunlight illuminates dust, motes dancing in the air as Sarah, vibrant and determined, faces her grandparents. A subtle tension underlies Sarah's calm demeanor as she proposes, "How about we take the caravan to Key West? Just for a bit, a change of scenery." Jacob, seated comfortably on an antique sofa, muses, Key West, you say? Sounds like an adventure, as Esther adds. I'd love that, dear. Dan, leaning against a door frame, watches with keen interest, then chimes in. Count me in. I'm always up for a road trip. Eric, Lily, and Simon descend the grand staircase, their footsteps echoing softly in the Adler house. Sarah stands at the bottom, her face alight with a bright, infectious smile as she gestures enthusiastically. Her voice rings out. Guess what, kids? We're going on an adventure. An impromptu trip to Key West. Lily's eyes widen with excitement, a mischievous smile playing on her lips as she glances at Simon. She exclaims, Key West? Really? This is going to be so much fun. Simon's small frame, rigid with discontent, casts a thundercloud over the room as he paces with nervous energy. His young voice, though small, carries an unsettling weight of maturity, silencing the adults. He confronts them directly, his eyes burning with a fierce, precocious insight. The trip will only give them time to find us, Simon declares, his words hanging heavy in the air. Inside the Adler house, Simon, a boy of 8, stands with startling composure, his gaze unwavering. His voice, though young, carries a steady conviction, reflecting a mature understanding beyond his years. He suggests, with an air of quiet determination, we should stay here, at home. His eyes hold a deep, innocent belief, as he states, we haven't done anything wrong. In the Adler house, Sarah watches Simon, her face a canvas of swirling, deep emotions. Amazement and admiration flicker in her eyes, hinting at a profound, unspoken connection. A shadowy resemblance to David, Simon's deceased father, surfaces in her mind, stirring old wounds. David, a man Sarah loved fiercely, his memory now intertwines with Simon's presence. Lily's suggestion echoes, the belief solidifying within Sarah. Simon is David's reincarnation. A realization dawns, cementing this extraordinary conviction in Sarah's heart. In the Adler house, Sarah kneels, her eyes shining with newfound reverence. For the first time since his birth, she gently kisses Simon's forehead, a profound tenderness in her touch. She nods, a silent acknowledgement of his wisdom, a fragile smile gracing her lips. She continues, her gaze fixed on him. But let's still enjoy these 2 days together. Simon's face softens into a warm smile, a silent testament to his mother's profound trust in his choices. Lily, a small and tender figure, draws near to him, her presence a beacon of innocent affection. She reaches up, her lips delicately brushing his cheek in a light, affectionate kiss. This unusual gesture, a tender whisper, perfectly encapsulates their unique and loving bond. I love you, Dad, Simon. Inside the Adler house, Eric's smirk plays on his lips as he playfully ruffles Simon's hair. A flicker of resentment, barely hidden, dances deep within Eric's eyes, betraying his playful facade. He pats Simon's head, the gesture a mix of affection and a subtle, unsettling dominance. His voice drips with feigned admiration. Well, look at you, the eldest now. A mocking undertone colors his words as he continues. Our new leader, huh? He finishes with a sweet, almost patronizing tone. Such a smart cookie. The Adler family gathers around their breakfast table, a facade of cheerfulness barely concealing a palpable tension. Mary moves with practiced efficiency, her hands swiftly gathering essentials for their impending Key West trip. John mirrors her movements, a silent partner in their well-rehearsed pre-travel ritual. Despite their forced smiles, the undercurrent of unease is evident in their hurried actions. The preparations for paradise are a stark contrast to the quiet storm brewing within the family. In the Adler house, the air thick with unspoken tension, Simon turns to his mother, a hopeful plea in his voice. Her eyes, shadowed with the day's worries, meet his as he asks, "Can John join us?" He presses on, a silent understanding passing between them. Knowing John's company would make all the difference. Simon adds, "He's just like me, you know. Not exactly thrilled with school either, a shared secret, Beneath a bright sun, Sarah and Simon walk side by side toward the neighbor's house, their long shadows stretching before them. Sarah nods subtly, a silent acknowledgement of Simon's request, her expression a mix of agreement and unspoken emotion. A silent understanding passes between them, affirming the fragile value of their friendship. An invisible tension hangs in the air, a silent undercurrent beneath their calm facade. Their steps are measured, each stride a silent testament to the complex bond that ties them together. The Bentley house door opens, revealing Mr. Bentley. Mr. Bentley greets Sarah warmly, his face beaming with a friendly smile. He addresses her as Mrs. Adler, a subtle formality in his welcome. His gaze then shifts to Simon, acknowledging him with the same unaware geniality. Mr. Bentley remains blissfully unaware of the hidden anxieties that shroud his visitors. Sarah, her face earnest, explains their impulsive journey to Key West, her voice filled with a hopeful plea. She recounts Simon's longing for John to join their adventure, a silent invitation hanging in the air. Her eyes meet Mr. Bentley's, a silent promise of safety in the caravan as she reassures him. A faint smile touches her lips, picturing the boy's joy on the open road, a journey of discovery. The unseen caravan becomes a symbol of their daring escapade, a safe haven on wheels. Her earnest expression softens, a silent plea for understanding and acceptance of their spontaneous plans. Mr. Bentley gestures them inside, a warm smile gracing his lips, his eyes holding clear approval for me and Simon. He turns to them, his voice a low rumble, saying, "Please, come in. I'm personally quite pleased, but I do need to consult my wife on this matter." From the kitchen, Mrs. Bentley emerges, wiping her hands on a dish towel, a gentle smile blooming on her face. Her eyes, warm and welcoming, meet mine and Simon's, radiating genuine affection. With a soft, welcoming tone, she greets us. "Sarah, Simon, how lovely to see you." Mr. Bentley turns to his wife, who sits elegantly in a plush armchair, speaking with a soft, inviting tone. Mrs. Bentley's face brightens with a warm smile as she readily agrees, her eyes sparkling with delight. John enters the room, standing respectfully, his presence acknowledged by Mrs. Bentley's inviting gaze. Mr. Bentley reveals, "Sarah was hoping John could join us," his voice carrying a subtle hope. Mrs. Bentley beams, "Ah, that's wonderful. We'd be delighted to have him. John, dear, would you like to come along?" John, eyes wide with unadulterated joy, bounces on the balls of his feet, radiating youthful energy. A radiant smile splits his face as he turns to his mother, his excitement palpable. His voice rings out, "Yes, I'd love to go. Thank you, Mom. This is going to be so much fun." His youthful exuberance sharply contrasts with the subtle, quiet tension in the adult's expressions. In the grand Bentley house, Mrs. Bentley, kind yet firm, turns to John with a directive. Her voice, gentle but clear, instructs him. "John, dear, get your things ready." She then shifts her gaze to Sarah, gesturing warmly towards a waiting armchair. With a polite smile, Mrs. Bentley extends an invitation. "Sarah, won't you sit for a moment?" Sarah, however, politely declines, her focus unwavering on her children's belongings. Her resolve is clear as she states, "Thank you, Mrs. Bentley, but I really must finish packing for my own children." Sarah turns to John, her voice calm yet her eyes betraying a hidden urgency. "Come over when you're ready, John." She extends her hand to Mr. Bentley, offering a polite, almost too friendly shake, a subtle tension hanging in the air. Sarah and Simon turn and walk away, their departure quick and purposeful. The smiles they wore moments ago fade as they round the corner, revealing their true intent. The sun glares off the endless asphalt as the caravan cruises down the highway, leaving the city behind. Chicago's skyline shrinks in the rearview mirror, a symbol of their past fading with every mile. Inside, the family's smiles are too bright, a fragile veneer over their unspoken anxieties as they embrace the journey. The landscape blurs into streaks of color, a fleeting escape from their worries as they drive into the unknown. The quiet car is shattered by the jarring ring of Bender's phone, a sudden intrusion. He snatches the phone, his eyes narrowing at the name Jerry on the caller ID, a flicker of tension in his gaze. Bender's voice is clipped, an urgent anticipation in his tone as he answers, leaning forward. His eyes scan the road, yet his entire focus is consumed by the call, a hushed intensity in his whispered words. "Anything for me?" Inside Bender's car, the quiet hum of the engine is broken by Jerry's voice, a hint of amusement in his tone. Jerry's voice confirms the data is in, a promise of hidden truths about to unfold. The unseen Jerry begins to weave Sarah Adler's story, starting with her birth in the bustling city of Chicago. He meticulously details her origins, painting a picture of her early life with each spoken word. The narrative deepens as Jerry reveals her parents' names, adding layers to Sarah Adler's enigmatic past. Each piece of information is a brushstroke, slowly forming a complete portrait of the woman in question. In the confined space of the car, Jerry's voice drones on, a steady stream of revelations filling the air. He unveils the details of Sarah's marriage to David Hirsch, each word a new thread in the tapestry of her life. Bender, transfixed, absorbs Jerry's every word, his gaze unwavering. Jerry mentions Sarah's parents, Jacob and Rachel, now retired in sunny Boca Raton, Florida. The fragmented pieces of information begin to coalesce, forming a clearer picture in Bender's mind. A silent tension builds as the past slowly unravels in the present moment. Inside Bender's car, Jerry's hands, a blur of nervous energy, punctuate his words as he speaks. He lists the names of Sarah and David's children, Eric, Lily, and Simon, each name a heavy whisper. His voice drops, a somber echo, as he recounts David's murder 7 years ago. A tragedy unfolds, staining the past while Sarah was pregnant with Simon, a secret unborn. The car hums with unspoken tension as Jerry, his voice a low whisper, recounts strange, inexplicable events. He gestures vaguely, trying to convey the impossible. "And then the doctors. They said you were gone." Jerry's voice trembles with disbelief. "Dead at birth. But then, you just came back. Like nothing happened." His eyes, wide with a desperate plea, meet Simon's in the mirror. "It's all connected, Simon. It has to be." Inside his car, Bender sits in a profound silence, the weight of new information settling over him. His face, previously etched with suspicion, begins to soften as understanding dawns. The tight knot of tension that had gripped him, fearing a betrayal, slowly starts to unravel. A sense of relief washes over him, replacing the bitterness of perceived treachery. He now comprehends the captain's true intentions. No setup, only an unforeseen, genuine complication. Bender's gaze, previously guarded, now reflects a quiet acceptance and a renewed clarity of purpose. Bender's eyes are fixed on the endless road ahead, but his mind is lost in the haunting echoes of past fears. He recalls the cold knot of paranoia that had once driven him to contemplate extreme action against the captain. The memory of his own suspicion consumes him, a stark reminder of their criminal lives' relentless stress. Inside Bender's car, the tinny voice of Jerry echoes, a final thought, completing a complex puzzle. Bender's face, once clouded, now shines with the light of newfound clarity, a silent revelation unfolding. A slow, deliberate nod confirms his understanding, a silent agreement made with the unseen voice. Jerry's voice, disembodied yet impactful, probes. "Does that answer all your questions?" Bender's lips curl into a knowing smile, his voice firm. "It does." The promise hangs in the air, a silent pact. "You'll get your payment." Bender's fingers tap a rhythmic beat on the steering wheel, a silent drumroll to his racing thoughts. A clear path now lies before him, a newfound purpose igniting his resolve. The Boca Raton address, a key from Jerry, becomes his singular, intense focal point. Bender's sleek black sedan cruises through Boca Raton's sun-drenched streets, a silent predator in a land of opulence. His eyes, sharp and calculating, meticulously scan the sprawling, perfectly manicured estates. The air hangs heavy and still. The only sound, the barely audible hum of his engine. A stark, unsettling contrast, between the serene setting and the grim purpose lurking within his thoughts. He drives slowly, a hunter observing his prey, his presence a dark shadow in the bright, affluent neighborhood. Bender's sleek car glides past the Hirsch family home, a silent predator observing its prey. Number 12 stands eerily still, its windows like vacant eyes, betraying no sign of life within. The house exudes an unsettling emptiness, a clear signal that its inhabitants are nowhere to be found. Bender's gaze, sharp and analytical, sweeps over the facade, scrutinizing every detail. He registers the quiet, the stillness, the subtle indicators of an abandoned dwelling. His eyes, like a detective's, absorb the surroundings, searching for any clue, any disturbance. Bender's car glides through the Boca Raton neighborhood, his eyes darting, searching for unseen watchers. He circles the block with a hunter's patience, every turn a calculated move in a silent game. His vehicle comes to a stop, discreetly blending into the quiet street, a shadow among the suburban homes. With practiced caution, Bender exits the car, his movements precise and deliberate. His gaze sweeps across the surroundings, sharp and penetrating, missing nothing. A predatory intensity flickers in his eyes, a silent declaration of his presence. Bender's eyes sweep across the perfectly manicured lawns of Boca Raton, a tapestry of green perfection. Retired residents meticulously tend to vibrant rose bushes, their hands moving with practiced care. Others stroll along pristine sidewalks, their pampered dogs trotting obediently beside them. His gaze then sharpens, landing on the house directly adjacent to the Hirsch residence. The Bentleys, a couple in their 40s, emerge, impeccably dressed for a day of opulent retail therapy. They head towards their car, a picture of suburban contentment, oblivious to Bender's watchful gaze. A chilling thought flickers across his face. Simple to take care of, he muses, a twisted resolve hardening his gaze. His moral compass, completely skewed, weighs the elimination of many against the targeting of just one child. The car's interior feels cold, reflecting the chilling depths of his depraved contemplation. Bender's brow is deeply furrowed, his gaze fixed on the road, yet his mind is miles away. The perplexing question of how Simon knew about the Everglades murder gnaws at his thoughts. He doubts the child could have recognized him in the darkness of that fateful night. Simon's uncanny knowledge of the murder becomes an echoing, persistent riddle in his mind. The $64,000 question reverberates through his skull, demanding an answer. In the stark confines of his car, Bender's eyes narrow, a chilling realization dawning on him. The chilling thought of Simon, a loose end, a potential threat to his family, solidifies in his mind. His jaw clenches, self-preservation taking absolute precedence in a primal, terrifying surge. Bender slams his car door, the urgency already etched on his face. The engine roars to life, a sudden burst of power as he pulls away from the curb. He snatches his phone, his fingers flying across the keypad with desperate speed. His brow is deeply furrowed, a silent storm brewing behind his eyes as he waits for a connection. His voice, tight with barely contained urgency, cuts through the car's hum. "Captain, it's Bender. I need to see you immediately." "This can't wait," he insists, his words a desperate plea. Inside Bender's car, the captain's voice crackles through the speaker, a prelude to a tense negotiation. Bender's eyes gleam with a mischievous glint as he presses for an earlier meeting. "No, 5 o'clock, my place." The captain's voice, firm and unyielding, offers a counter. 6:30, take it or leave it. A moment of silent calculation. Then Bender's voice cuts through the air, decisive. "Accepted." Bender's triumphant smirk suggests a victory, the deal sealed, the game set in motion. A subtle shift in the precinct's air announces Bender's return, his presence a ripple in the bustling office. He moves through the mundane chaos of desks and filing cabinets, his gaze sharp and calculating. His mind, a labyrinth of strategizing, focuses entirely on Simon and the enigmatic Adler family. The ordinary surroundings are a mere backdrop to the intricate, sinister machinations unfolding within him. Beneath his composed exterior, true, chilling intentions remain hidden, waiting for their moment. The Key West streets explode with a kaleidoscope of color and sound, a vibrant tapestry of life under the sun. Tourists drift by, their laughter a joyful melody mingling with the vibrant calls of local vendors. John, from the Adler family, strolls amidst the bustle, a picture of contented ease with his loved ones. They pause, eyes gleaming with delight, as they browse an array of charming trinkets, each a tiny treasure. The family gazes up at the charming architecture, soaking in the unique beauty of their surroundings. For a precious moment, all worries vanish, replaced by the pure, unadulterated joy of shared discovery. On the sun-drenched Key West beach, Lily, John, and Simon relax on the warm sand, the ocean stretching endlessly before them. Gentle waves lap at the shore, their soothing rhythm a tranquil backdrop to the scene. Lily observes John and Simon, a quiet smile playing on her lips as they delve into their conversation. John and Simon are deeply engrossed, their animated gestures painting a vivid picture of their discussion. Their animated debate continues, now focusing on the fierce barracudas, their shared enthusiasm undeniable. Their fishing rods stand sentinel beside them, forgotten in the heat of their surprisingly mature conversation. Their detailed discussion, filled with the wisdom of fishing and documentaries, belies their tender age. On the sun-drenched Key West beach, Lily watches Simon, her gaze a complex blend of affection and deep-seated awe. A quiet conviction settles on her face. She believes Simon holds a profound connection to her father. The vast, indifferent ocean stretches before them, a shimmering expanse of blue and endless mystery. Waves crash softly against the shore, oblivious to the hidden dangers and unspoken secrets that linger between them. Lily's eyes, full of unspoken questions, reflect the endless horizon, searching for answers in Simon's presence. The sea breeze whips gently around them, carrying the weight of their unspoken history and uncertain future. The relentless sun beats down on Key West Beach, etching long, stark shadows across the pristine sand. The air, thick with the intoxicating scents of salt and sunscreen, paints a picture of idyllic serenity. Yet, beneath this perfect facade, a subtle, almost imperceptible tension shimmers in the heat. It is an unshakable echo, a constant reminder of the recent, looming threat that still casts a long shadow. The beautiful tranquility of the beach is subtly marred by an unseen, pervasive disquiet. The Key West market pulses with vibrant energy, a kaleidoscope of exotic fruits and handcrafted treasures under the tropical sun. Tourists weave through the bustling stalls, their lively chatter a symphony of joy and discovery. Sarah, attractive and poised, walks beside Mr. and Mrs. Davis, a polite smile masking a subtle unease. Her eyes, though engaged, dart nervously to the market's edge, a fleeting shadow betraying her inner turmoil. She attempts to immerse herself, but an unseen burden tugs at her, pulling her gaze to the periphery of the vibrant scene. Jacob and Esther, their faces softened, stroll through the vibrant chaos of the Key West market. They weave through bustling stalls, a conscious effort to find normalcy in the day. Light-hearted jokes punctuate their walk, a fragile thread of ease woven into their journey. Bathed in the warm Key West sun, the family gathers at an outdoor table, a picture of perfect bliss. Laughter rings out, and animated conversation fills the air, weaving a tapestry of familial joy. Amidst the light-hearted scene, Simon's eyes dart, a silent sentinel scanning their surroundings with uncommon intensity. His gaze is sharp, missing no detail, a stark contrast to the carefree atmosphere. While others revel, Simon's vigilance casts a subtle, unnerving shadow over the idyllic family meal. The Key West restaurant buzzes with the murmur of conversations and the clinking of cutlery. Eric, usually boisterous and full of life, sits quieter than usual, a subtle shift in his demeanor. He casts occasional, almost furtive glances at Simon, a complex mix of curiosity and respect in his eyes. Simon now occupies an unspoken central position, his presence subtly reshaping the atmosphere. Under the Key West sun, Simon and John cast their lines into the clear blue, surrounded by the salty air and distant gulls. Simon, hopeful, asks, "Think we'll have any luck with the yellowtail today? I've heard they're biting further out." John, ever the strategist, replies, "Could be. I'm trying a new jig. Something with a bit more flash. Always gotta keep 'em guessing, right?" Simon reflects on past successes. "Last time I was out, the snapper were going crazy for live bait. Maybe we should have brought some." John, with a knowing smile, reminds him, patience is key. On Key West Pier, Lily watches from afar, a wistful smile playing on her lips, her gaze fixed on the distant figures. She observes their innocent interaction, a silent witness to their fleeting joy. Yet, a shadow of understanding crosses her face, hinting at the complexity Simon carries within him. Her smile remains, a poignant blend of tenderness and unspoken sorrow. Under the Key West stars, a family journeys, their figures silhouetted against the vibrant night. Streetlights paint long, dancing shadows, guiding their path homeward to the caravan. Sarah's hand gently clasps Simon's, a silent testament to growing trust. Her protective grip, a subtle gesture, speaks volumes of her deepening reliance on his instincts. The night air hums with unspoken emotions as the family moves forward under the watchful stars. Each step taken together strengthens an invisible bond, weaving a tapestry of trust and quiet understanding. Inside the caravan, a single lantern casts a soft, warm glow, illuminating the peaceful scene. The rhythmic breathing of sleeping children fills the cozy space, their small forms nestled in bunks. Sarah sits with her parents, their quiet conversation a comforting murmur as the day's journey fades. A rare and cherished calm washes over Sarah, a fleeting sense of profound peace. She whispers, "It's nice, isn't it? Just for a moment, everything feels quiet." Inside the cramped caravan, the oil lamp flickers, casting long, dancing shadows that hint at unseen worries. Dan, his face etched with worry but his voice steady, places a reassuring hand on Sarah's shoulder. Across from them, Esther extends a hand, gently squeezing Sarah's, a silent gesture of profound comfort. Dan's voice, a steady anchor in the flickering light, reassures Sarah, "We're safe for now, my dear, just like you wanted." Inside the cramped caravan, Simon lies motionless on a makeshift bed, his eyes closed in a semblance of sleep. His still form belies the furious activity within his mind, a whirlwind of recent dangers and unresolved thoughts. Though his body rests, his mind is a battleground, replaying the day's events with startling clarity. He is trapped in a mental loop, a prisoner of the day's harrowing experiences, sleep an elusive dream. Inside the caravan, a subtle furrow creases Simon's young brow, a silent testament to the heavy burden he carries. His face, a canvas of unspoken knowledge, reveals a wisdom far beyond his tender years. The vastness of his unusual perception, a weight too great, presses upon him. Inside the caravan, the soft glow of a dim light illuminates the sleeping children. Sarah gazes upon them, a profound love radiating from her eyes. Yet, a shadow of deep-seated fear flickers beneath the tenderness, a silent guardian. The weight of their safety presses upon her, the most sacred of trusts. She acknowledges Simon's sharp insight, an unexpected shield in their perilous journey. Dusk descends as Bender drives, the setting sun casting long, skeletal shadows that stretch ominously across the road ahead. His jaw is set, a mask of grim determination, as his eyes remain fixed on the blurring asphalt. Yet his mind is clearly elsewhere. The revelation of Simon's miraculous survival and unique abilities has solidified into a concrete, dangerous plan within his thoughts. A silent testament to the immense weight of his thoughts, the tension in Bender's shoulders is palpable, almost visible. The car speeds onward, carrying Bender towards Boca Raton, each mile a step closer to an uncertain and perilous future. Bender drives with a calculating gaze, his eyes narrowing slightly as dark thoughts begin to form within his mind. He makes a mental note, a chilling resolve solidifying as he plans to confirm Simon's birth details and David Hirsch's murder. The full scope of the threat Simon represents hardens in Bender's mind, a sinister understanding taking root. A grim determination settles over him, his resolve to neutralize the boy and his entire family now absolute. His knuckles whiten on the steering wheel, reflecting the cold, hard resolve in his heart. The car speeds onward, carrying Bender towards a dark and dangerous future, fueled by his sinister intent.